And Loujain al-Hathloul, a prominent Saudi activist, has been sentenced to 5 years and 8 months in prison. She has been convicted of involvement in terrorism-related activities, when all she did was advocate reforms and women's rights in the kingdom. But being an outspoken activist in Saudi comes at a cost, of course, and Loujain has been paying for it since May 2018. But Loujain's family is optimistic of her release. In fact, her sister, Lina al-Hathloul, has said that she will be released in approximately 2 months. Let's just talk about the charges that have been levied against her. Al-Hathloul has been convicted for the foremost charges: involvement in terrorism-related activities. The court has declared her guilty of spying with foreign parties and conspiring against the kingdom. She was arrested with at least a dozen other women activists in 2018, all of whom were campaigning for women's rights, including the freedom to drive. Meanwhile, UN human rights experts have called the charges against her spurious and they have demanded her immediate release. They have also said that some of the women, including her, were also being held in solitary confinement for months. They have been subjected to abuse, including electric shocks, flogging and sexual assault. However, the Saudi government has denied the allegations of torture. The United Nations Human Rights Office has called for the early release of al-Hathloul hours after she was sentenced.
Human rights defenders and civil society groups can and should play a vital role in the process of reform which the kingdom is pursuing. We join the High Commissioner and the Special Rapporteur on the call upon the Saudi authorities to release all individuals, including Loujain al-Hathloul, Iman al-Nafyan, Aziza al-Youssef, Nasima al-Sada, Samar Badawi, Nuf Abdulaziz, Hatun al-Fasi, Mohammed al-Bayati, Amal al-Harabi, and Shadan al-Anesi, detained for exercising their fundamental freedom.
Now, to the outside world, al-Hathloul is regarded as one of the most influential women, but in her own country, she is seen as a threat that must be stopped. The suspension of al-Hathloul's jail term, if it happens at all, will be dependent on factors that will block her freedom of speech. She would be required to stay in Saudi Arabia for the next 5 years. And on the other hand, the current verdict poses an early challenge to Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman's relationship with US President-elect Joe Biden. Biden has described Riyadh as a pariah for its human rights record.